Okay, I was trying to decide who I was gonna do next, and I'm gonna do Rapi and Anissa's next. Because when I first started playing the game, I did view some of their episodes, and I was like, you know, I should probably save this for some other time. And so now I'm gonna go through them because from what I remember when I went through them near the beginning, of starting to play Nikke, they're rather serious compared to some of the other ones. Like it's not as upbeat. It's more of like they more go into like the lore and kind of what's going on in the world more than the other ones. Like Polly's story was more about, you know, Polly. Jackal's story was more about Jackal. While when it comes to Rapi and Anise, it is about them, but then it's also about what it's like being a Nikke in this, you know, in the arc, and going through the daily issues of it. So there probably isn't. I'm probably not gonna do many voices, and because I always I just read Rapi's voice normally like this. So don't expect anything amazing. This is gonna be very serious. Okay, episode 1. A Nikke already fucked up. A Nikke's duty. Commander, may I come in? Of course. We require food and other necessities for the outpost. Our current inventory is likely to run out within the next 2 days. I recommend we restock our inventory in advance. Alright. Is there a store you typically use? If so, release the funds to me. I can go there on your behalf. That's release the funds. I have them locked up. I'm not giving you any. What? I see. If you're worried about me pocketing some of the funds, I can give you the receipt. That's not it. Then what is it? I don't have any money. Excuse me? I'm broke. But what about all the successful operations you've pulled off? Perhaps there is an error in the central government's computing system. If that's the case, you can go and personally submit your operation report certificate. I know it's a hassle, but I'll come with you. Operation report certificate? Yes. Would you receive once you submit the operation report? Commander, please do not take offense in me asking this, but have you ever submitted an operation report? Of course I have. Okay, I have no idea what that is. Every commander is required to submit an operation report after each operation. That's what they use to evaluate performance and issue payment. Didn't they teach you about the reports? They don't teach you anything at the fucking school. Is that so? Alright then, let's get started on this operations reports. Actually, I'll write them. You just tell me if I have all the details right. I may ask you a few questions while I write them down. I swear I remember there being something about... Oh no, it might pop up during this. No, I'll write them myself. The form is fairly convoluted, and there are a lot of them. If this is your first time, it may take a while. And time is something we don't have a lot of. We need to hurry and get this done. Okay. I'll be sure to write them next time. Please do. I'll take it from here then. I can't remember if it's during this, going through the affections, if she mentioned, I think Rapi mentions that she's done reports before for other commanders. 30 minutes later. Clack, clack, clack. The clacking of the keyboard is the only sound that fills the commander's room. You're good at this, as you're just going to mention. I have a lot of experience in this area. Pearson must have ordered you to do this. That is correct. I was right. Isn't that neglecting their jobs? It is the job of the commander to give orders to Nikkes. Previous commanders ordered me to fill out paperwork. I followed the order. Thus, I do not feel either side was neglecting their duties. See, the thing is, Rapi... she's like the most robotic, I'd say, out of all the other Nikkes. Or she's just like, I just do my job. You keep mentioning orders. Yes, orders are the link between a commander and a Nikke. Nikkes follow human orders. It is our nature to do so. In particular, orders issued by commander are to be obeyed without question, regardless of what that order may be. Any order? That's right. Even if it is an unjust order, that is of no importance. Once an order is issued, all that matters is that it is followed through. But there is one other thing. The act of keeping the commander safe is as important as following the order. A commander cannot be put in harm's way. No matter what, this is also of paramount importance. As a precaution, Nikkes have emergency response items such as AEDs and hemostatic agents built inside of us. And they just come gushing out. The safety of the commander is a top priority. If a commander is injured or dies due to an oversight on a Nikke's part, then Nikke will be punished accordingly. The only exception is when a commander chooses to take their own life. So the commander who died before I joined, yes, the social government ruled that they died of their own volition. That's right, her previous commander, which is why I need to go over the beginning of the story again, because I had recording issues. But I remember that she said her commander shot himself in the head. Thankfully, Anise and I were able to avoid any punishment. I have spoken too much. Anyway, to summarize, follow the commander's orders. Keep the commander safe. These are Nikke's duties. Of course, it would be unreasonable for us to do absolutely nothing that we are not specifically ordered to do. Thus, we are also capable of exercising our own judgment in our daily lives. However, an order does come. It supersedes everything else and must be followed. This is our primary function. So do not feel that you are being unreasonable by asking us to do something. You see, this is like just... this is how I imagine the whole episode... All these stories of... for Rapi are gonna go. There's just lore. The reports are finished. Please confirm. I read the reports written by Rapi. They are clear and concise. But one thing sticks in my mind. Don't you think it paints me as a bit too heroic? The success of any operation depends on the commander, their leadership, their virtue. But reports must be written in this way, or else they will not be accepted. Propaganda. Look how good this commander's doing, right? Oh, this ain't 1984 or anything like that. Ooh, no. Now that the forms are complete, let's go submit them. We must go to the Ark Central Government Office. Well, there we go. Ugh, the next episode. Heroes of the Ark. More lore. The Central Government Office is right up ahead. That's where you can submit the completed forms. Ow. Shit, man. You're coming? A Nikke cannot enter the central government offices except under very special circumstances. Why is that? Because there is a high chance we will see a negative side of the commander inside. Wait, a negative side of the commander inside. Huh? I will wait, go in. I think it's because they, like, in case the Nikkes turn into terrorists. I open the door and head inside. It is quite noisy inside. The majority of sound comes from people who are shouting. They are dressed in the same military uniform as I am. The people sitting behind the counters are all either quiet or smiling awkwardly. I decide to get in line. I can hear our commander talking to the staff in front of me. Hey! What is this? The mount doesn't make sense. I just came back from the surface. Don't you realize how many close calls I had up there? The salary you have been given is accurate. This is insane. I risk my neck and all I get is chump change. This is the designated payment for a basic transport operations. Basic transport by foot. I lost 2 Nikkes and I... Commander, whether an incident does or does not occur during an operation is entirely dependent on your own capabilities as a commander. Please understand that there is nothing more we can do for you in this situation. That's easy for you to say, sitting there safe and sound behind your nice desk. You've never been up to the surface. Next, what can I help you with? Hey, are you ignoring me? Do I have to call security? Next. The commander in front leaves the building in a huff. Man, I don't even... I sit in an empty seat. What can I help you with? I came to submit my operations reports. Very well. Hand them to me, please. I don't even remember what happens. I don't remember from when I first did this. Come on, I've done so many amazing things. I saved Modernia and brought her back to Mahara. I saved the arc with Matisse. Oh, this is all probably way before that. I hand over the reports to the employee. The employee shifts back and forth between the monitor and the forms as they type away on the keyboard. Suddenly, the employee freezes and gives me a cordial smile. Nice to meet you, Commander Dirt. It's an honor to finally meet the person behind all the rumors. The veracity of your ops reports has been confirmed. Would you like your salary deposit directly to your bank book, or would you like a voucher? What's the difference? It helps determine the availability of certain transaction options. I can see that you're not familiar with this process, so I've deposited the funds directly into your bank book. The deposit has been completed. Could you please confirm? There is a new entry in the bank book, in the amount. But that's... Yes, in light of the difficult nature of operation, the amount has been raised accordingly. Please continue your efforts on behalf of humanity. Yeah, I exit the office. As I walk out, I notice the other commanders. Many of them are crouched down in front of the office building, or staring at the wall, sighing. I totally skipped that. Commander, is it all taken care of? Yes, it's done. Then let's go purchase the necessities we require. Rapi, I'm fucking rich. Yes. Do commanders have it hard? Yes, they do. Most of us are led to believe that commanders are elite figures who have undergone a proper education in military academy, and that they are heroes who work with Nikkes to recapture the service. However, that couldn't be further from the truth. Their so-called proper education doesn't even last a year. It's not nearly enough time to learn all there is to know about the Ark, Nikkes, and Raptures. Instead, during their time at the military camp... Come on, why is she telling us? I went to the military camp. I know what happens there. Commanders are essentially brainwashed. I was brainwashed! I know! They're told they are the ones who will save humanity, and Nikke's are merely tools, meant to serve commanders and mankind itself. This is the narrative they drill into their minds. I'm sure you yourself have noticed it. I'm brainwashed! As a result, the mortality rate amongst commanders is staggering. I bet it's the same for morality too. They blow morals. They are thrown into operations without proper preparations. This, along with their lack of empathy. Yes, I do it. They have low morality, empathy for the Nikkes and the command often leads to disaster. And most crucially, commanders do not receive pay if they fail to complete an operation. There is no concept of hourly, weekly, monthly, or annual salaries. You are paid upon successful completion of an operation, or not at all. The salary also depends on the difficulty of operations. So it's like a fucking adventurers guild. Like, you didn't complete the hunt, so you don't get paid. I wonder if they also have to... Well, I'm thinking mostly of freaking Monster Hunter, where when you post a quest, you also kind of deposit like an amount, like 500 zenny to go out on a quest. And I mean, you basically like lose that money if you fail. So you risk your life going up to the surface, where you carry out operation and get paid based on your performance. In a way, it's just like being a mercenary. Yeah, that's pretty right. And that's where we start seeing some internal conflict. Those who go through the military academy are led to believe they are above the rest of society. They are full of confidence and have no doubt that they are truly the ones who will save humanity. But soon after, they are faced with reality. Once they realize they have been risking their lives for pennies, they take out their frustration on the staff. It's a rude awakening. Some commanders find themselves unable to cope and resort to extreme measures. They're taking drugs? However, very few people in the Ark even know about this. That's because the Ark continues to venerate the commanders. As a result, the completion for entry into the military academy remains fierce. What is an operation report voucher? It's one method of receiving payment after successfully completing an operation. You can carry it around and exchange it for the cash we need. Why would I need something like that? Commanders are members of the elite. Many unscrupulous people set their sights on commanders who are fresh graduates from the military academy. They are extremely susceptible to being hacked. Currency within the Ark is also digitized, and it's not too difficult to hack the system. Therefore, vouchers are the way of making sure that they don't lose a lot of the money at once. This is why cashless societies are bad! But vouchers don't sound very secure either. Well, there are some minimal safety procedures to prevent anyone other than the commander from cashing them in. But overall, they are indeed not entirely safe. However, operation report vouchers do have one other special use. Commanders can exchange vouchers to receive their salary. However, the vouchers are not commander specific. The commander can use any voucher. So what you're saying is, yes, they can be used to transfer funds to other commanders who are having a hard time. Do you find this all strange? Well, it's certainly not normal. There is no other way. Commanders must be the heroes of the Ark. The central government can't have their heroes begging on the streets. There is a saying among the commanders: a hero only begs for other heroes. The reality of the situation must not be exposed to the outside world. This way, the people will continue to idolize the heroes. They'll even dream of becoming one themselves. See, this is all just lore, lore, lore. Lore, 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 lore. Lore, 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 lore. Episode 3, Dead or Alive, coming with me. Alright, let's head to the shop. Okay, you can tell me any more lore? Tell me the lore of the shop. This is the list of what we need to purchase. Rapi hands over a note. It doesn't seem to be near enough. Anise, Neon, and I should be able to live off that for 2 months. That's right. I think she's gonna talk about eating. Even though she's gonna say that she doesn't need to eat anything. Because they're fucking cyborgs. They live off their... You can purchase anything else you'd like as well. Are you sure this is enough? This is all we need to maintain our proper mental health. There is no point in purchasing anything outside of that. But if you wish to make additional purchases, I will not stop you. I mentally subtract the total cost of the items from the salary I received earlier. There's quite a bit left over. Commander, I'm going to buy some gifts. Excuse me? I'll buy gifts for everyone with the leftover money. Very well. However, I won't be able to be much of assistance in that regard. I don't know where the gift store is. Let's ask around. Yes. Soon after. Is this the store? That's what they said. We talked to some random guy. You kids always looking for gift stores. Is that your girlfriend? We just talked to the same lady that ran that one shop that Drake goes to. Let's go in. Yo, you got a new girlfriend. Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, wait. The shop assistant glares intently at Rapi and me for a while.
What can I help you with?
We came to buy a gift.
A gift?
That's right.
For whom?
Why do you ask?
Because we don't sell gifts meant for Nikkes.
What?
A while back, all the local merchants came to an agreement. We won't sell any gifts intended to be given to Nikkes.
But why?
Because of people like you developing an affection for Nikkes, giving them gifts, going on dates, and treating Nikkes as if they were human.
Well, technically... Excuse me, technically... Since they still have human brains inside their heads, I will say, I will consider them they are cyborgs, of course, but they are still human. Yes, do we all agree? What determines what a human is? I mean, it just makes me think. My brother always talks about fucking EDF and the freaking frog people. They have eyes. They have arms and legs. They're humans. They're just frog people.
That's why Dark has become the way it is. If you treat those things like a human, they're liable to start believing they are human. Next thing you know, they're demanding personal rights, committing crimes, launching terrorist attacks.
You watch your mouth.
Easy, Tiger. I don't want any trouble. Anyway, I'm not selling, so go somewhere else. Though, you'll probably have to walk pretty far.
I'm gonna buy a gift here. Commander, let's leave. I'm not leaving. I don't like this racism. Commander, I'm fine, really. Let's just leave. Just our luck, running into a shop owner who is a Nikkephobe. Do you... Never mind. Do you often get treated like this? Not always. But often enough. Why? Because Nikkes are weapons. We are not human. However, we still have a sense of self. The rubes... Wait, rubes? That rubs a lot of people the wrong way. But you're the ones who are risking your lives. Life only has value when it belongs to the living. We are not living beings. Therefore, we have no lives to risk. That's not right. You still have a brain, don't you? Even if we did, it wouldn't not have the same values as a human. So don't worry about it too much. You always talk like that. Excuse me? Does it make you feel better speaking so flippantly about these things? It doesn't matter how I feel. I am only speaking the truth. As for the gift, it's the thought that counts. So please, let's just get what we need and head back. No! I want to buy something else! How about some food then? Food certainly doesn't discriminate between humans and Nikkes. And here we go, talking about mental care. Commander, weren't we on our way to buy food? Oh no, that's right. Did I take her on a date? That's right! This is a restaurant. You can't purchase food here, but... You know what's weird though? Because I took Jackal out to a restaurant and they're like, they fine gave her food. Probably because, I mean, realistically, capitalism. Who gives a fuck if... Man, I'd sell... I don't care what they look like. I mean, as long as they're buying the food and eating it, I don't care, man. Unless, like, the food's, like, dangerous. Like, you say there's, like, slug humanoid people. And, like, the guy person who's like, hey, man, put a lot of salt on this meal. And I'm like, I don't know. That might fucking kill them, man. I can't do that. Anyway, let's get back to the story. It won't stay good for very long. I'm hungry. What about you, Rapi? Are you hungry? I'm like turning into like an angry, like toddler. Yes, I'm hungry as well. We could buy staples later. For now, let's eat here. Okay. 40 minutes later. This is a nice restaurant. Don't you agree? Yes. The chef seems quite talented. How'd you find the meal? It was lovely. Next time, we can order whatever your favorite food is. I don't really have a favorite food. I eat pretty much everything. Everything? Anything. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make things awkward. I just wanted to illustrate how strong my mental fortitude is in that regard. She's seen so much suffering and death that she lost the taste of her food. She's turning into guts. Your mental fortitude? Yes. Theoretically, Nikkes do not need to consume food. See, he's getting it. We are powered by the core within our bodies. The core is capable of generating its own power, and as long as there is no major damage, it can be used without any active input on our part. We do not need to consume food for energy. Then why do you... As I mentioned earlier, it all has to do with the mind. With the exception of the brain, Nikkes are composed entirely of fish. That's what I was saying! I said that they're cyborgs. They have a human brain in there. We are not human. Yes, you are. You have a human brain. Because realistically, technically, they're no different than like how, you know, normal humans are, you know, skeletons. I mean, basically our brain is like a pilot, and, you know, controlling mechanisms, and like our heart is the power core. The only reason I will say that they're still human is because of the brain. The brain is what makes them human. Because if they didn't have the brain, then they're just, in my opinion, they're just fucking robots. They're no different than the Raptors. Although the Rapture, don't get me started on that. But in terms of our appearance, we are a perfect copy of human beings, down to our internal structure. Because of that, most Nikkes use their bodies, just as humans do. You know, Privity. I was almost said Pravity. I always call her Pravity. Privity. In her story, it turns out that nobody knew that she was a Nikke, and I think it's the same thing with like the police officers, like Polly, since they interact with humans, they keep it on the down low that they're cyborgs. Because of that, most Nikkes, there are pros and cons to this. It allows us to blend in and interact with the rest of society. However, some may experience a mental breakdown when they become aware they are not human. We look identical to humans and act just like them. So when we are told we are, in fact, not human, it can cause a kind of panic to arise within us. Can the panic also occur when you meet someone who is a Nikkephobe? No. Cursing or physical violence only results in slight emotional aggression, unpleasant thoughts, feelings of anger, things of that nature. It only becomes serious upon negation of our primary mechanisms. Food is a prime example. The moment you realize that you don't have to eat anymore, you instantly become acutely aware that you are different from humans. This results in some sort of cognitive dissonance. Your mental state is negatively impacted. The degree of the impact differs from Nikke to Nikke. There are some... That's right. Belorda fucking stuffing her face. There... and Drake.
Parker?
Drake. There are some who need to eat 3 meals a day in order to feel a sense of stability. Then there are others like me, who are able to get by eating once every few days. It's the same with sleep and hygiene. We don't feel tired if we don't sleep, and we do not smell, even if we do not wash. Except, but I will say there's probably a good thing with washing. That's probably, you don't like a man washes his car. They would need to keep your machines cleaned, right? However, if you do not sleep and wash, then become aware that we are different from humans. That's right. I'm not sure. Freema, she couldn't sleep properly, and she's gonna have a mental breakdown. This extends to more than just our daily habits. In the early days, the liquid catalysts in our bodies were green. However, whenever we were injured, the sight of green blood spilling from our wounds would result in cognitive dissonance. In later hours, they switched to red. Eyeballs and ultra-precise cameras implanted, bacillus embedded in the abdomen, and... Oh wait, no. Not bacillus. Missiles embedded in the abdomen and booster-mounted legs. Yes, they were superior in terms of performance, but they were all discarded due to the users being unable to process them mentally. The thing is, this just makes me wonder in the future how people are going to deal with all this stuff, because in the future there's going to be people that are, will hack off limbs to replace it with like a cybernetic arm, and I wonder how people are gonna react to that. For you seeing your own arm being robotic, how weird that would be for you, and for others, seeing people that are pretty much cyborgs, how a society will be able to deal with that. This seemed like an interesting thing. This is the reason why most Nikkes use handheld firearms along with other assistive equipment. What happens if the cognitive dissonance becomes too great? A mind switch. That almost happened to Freema. Yes, simply put, the personality changes. I don't know the details. Once the brain determines it can no longer cope with the cognitive dissonance, it undergoes a radical change. On rare occasions, the new personality that emerges is perfectly fine. Most of the time, however, they go insane. Nikkes that experience a mind switch are referred to as irregulars. Ugh. Whoa. Gesundheit. What the fuck? As though most irregulars have destructive tendencies, they are usually terminated. Is there no way to fix it? I don't know if fix is the proper term to describe it, but the process can be reverted through a reboot, a mind wipe. It's exactly what it sounds like. You wipe the Nikke's memory clean. You revert the mind to the way it was the day before, or even as far back as when they were first manufactured. You know, the thing is I don't understand is that, so Nikke's brains, because that's what I want to figure out, because Exia, she got deleted. I want to know, and then she got pooped back out again, all fine. And she basically lost a day. But does it mean that she was pretty much full machine? Because I feel like she would have lost a little bit more if her brain was still human brain. I don't know. I'm asking too much stuff. This lore episode, alright? However, the success rate is low. When one becomes an irregular, their brain is physically broken. I've heard there is a brainwashing technique that makes the brain a total blank state, but I've never heard of any cases where it was actually used. Because of all this, the central government places a high importance on maintaining Nikke's mental health. And Nikke can become a massive liability if they become an irregular. I want that to happen to any of you! Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've gone for long too long. Yes! Lore. Should we get going? Commander, I think you may have gone overboard with the shopping. I can barely carry all the bags of food. Next time, I recommend that you only purchase what you need. Trust me, we're gonna need all of this. Let's pig out, you and me. You porker? Then we can enjoy it. A nice food coma together. Okay. I'll carry these. Let's go. No, we can carry them together. Okay. Let's carry it together. Alright. Steps of Change, episode 5. They're gonna get more lore. Now that's what I call a meal. Now this is pod racing. So good. After all, food bought with other people's money is the most delicious. Of course she'd say that. Preach! How about it, Rapi? I enjoyed it very much. Thank you. That's good. Well then. So what do we need to do now? What do you mean? You've treated us so well. There must be something you want. What should we do? Take a nap. There's nothing like a solid nap after a good meal. I don't know. I hate going to bed with a full stomach. Rapi? Huh? So, did you do it? Yep. And they're acting like this? Yep. So they really are different from the rest. Ah, see? Huh? What are you two talking about? Oh, this and that. Ugh. You don't mean that, do you? How can this be? Commander, can I speak with you for a moment? Is it raining outside? What the fuck? What did you think about today? Hmm? That conversation I had with you was very much intentional on my part. I wanted you to know just how different Nikkes are from what they're made out to be. So that's what Anise was hinting at. Yes. I want to tell you the truth. All of it. That's why you were talking about lore. Why are you doing this to me? The morality rate. Oh, My eyesight is fine. I know English. English! The mortality rate amongst commanders may be high, but much of that is because they simply throw their lives away. They're blinded by the idea that they're the heroes who will save humanity. The same goes for Nikke's. They feel like they're untouchable, an immortal army fighting on behalf of all mankind. Yep, that's kind of how Unwa started out. Unwa was that invincible commander that led Nikke's, and then she pretty much died and became a Nikke, and now she's walks around with a stick up her butt, but for a good reason. None of them considered the inherent danger of it all, so I merely wanted to remind you of this. I've seen too many commanders allow their vanity and their delusions to lead them to their own deaths. I don't want the same thing to happen to you. Why? You're different. Yes, I am. I am special. I am the main character. Thank you for noticing. I don't know what it is, but you are different. That's why I hope you will stay alive. Do you want me to resign from being a commander? I don't know. Some part of me feels that way. But then I also want you to stay here with us. That is why I'm telling you the truth. You know what the thing is, like, in the story, man, she keeps beating her Anis and her keep beating themselves up for not being able to protect me. Very well. I will protect you. You fucking suck! Damn. How about you, Rapi? What? What do you want me to do, Rapi? I hope you won't change. I don't want you to change. I believe you should remain on your current path. If you continue down this path, it will lead you to what you want. I'm curious. Curious where your footsteps will lead you. What changes you will bring forth in this world. And amongst all that change, so long as you remain true to yourself, so long as you continue viewing the world, people in it, the way you do now, then we will remain by your side until the very end. Okay. I look forward to working with you, Rapi. Thank you. Let's take care of each other, Commander. Oh, there you go. God. I'm tired from talking about lore.